wow. All I can say is wow. Let's look at John Wick Chapter 4.
Come on, show the movie!
Hey, down in front!
Nine!
So John Wick Chapter 4 is the next installment into the John Wick franchise. So basically John Wick is already healed up, he's ready to go, and basically he is ready to take on the high table. Now keep in mind too, he's still excommunicado. There are some friends out there that are helping him, there are enemies out there, and there are old friends who are enemies pretty much looking to take care of John Wick. First of all, I've got to say, John Wick being played by Keanu Reeves, like, I feel like you can't really do a John Wick movie without Keanu Reeves. Like, it's just going to be impossible to replace him. But like Keanu Reeves, like being like close to 60, or he's already in his 60s, still pulling off action moves like he's still in his 30s. Like honestly, he's really great as John Wick, and just the action sequences in general are just absolutely great. First of all, I love new additions to movie franchises. Like for example, Donnie Yen as Kane. Honestly, like, he's probably my favorite secondary character in the entire John Wick franchise at the moment. And also, yeah, it's Donnie Yen in a John Wick movie. Like, you're gonna get your money's worth seeing a movie like this with Kane played by Donnie Yen in this movie. Although it is funny how he is playing another blind character in this movie. Like, he originally played a blind character in Star Wars Rogue One, so it is cool to see Donnie Yen portraying another blind assassin in this one. And like I said too, like just the action sequences between Donnie Yen and Keanu Reeves is absolutely incredible. We also get another new character as well, Shamir Anderson as the tracker in this movie. Now, he has a dog companion who helps him out against other henchmen, and I do love seeing dogs pretty much having a revenge arc against these henchmen in the John Wick movies. But seeing his character in this movie, I actually was pretty surprised seeing his character. Like, I just love the little characteristics that he does, and also some of the things that he, you see him do in this movie, and it's just a cool character that I loved seeing on the big screen. And if the producers do go ahead with a Continental TV show like they are promising to do after the events of the John Wick films, I would love to see his character reprise his role. Like, because honestly, I just loved this character as well throughout this movie. We also get Hiroyuki Nakamura in this movie, and I'm going to tell you, I love seeing his character involved in this as well. Like, his character is basically a manager of the Japanese version of the Continental, and I love seeing him in action sequences. Like, to me, he is one of my favorite actors that I love seeing in movies, and for him to be part of this John Wick world, he just really fits the world of John Wick as well. Now, I do remember, this is what I love about the John Wick movies. Like, I remember the first time I saw John Wick, I went on a date with a girl who worked at a cinema, and we went to that same cinema that she used to work at, and we decided, you know what, let's go and watch John Wick. Like, I mean, it'll be an okay movie, but it was more than okay. We were shocked as to how great that movie was, and I thought to myself, there is no way that they could be able to top a movie just like that. And sure enough, we're at the fourth movie, and somehow they just keep upping, you know, the stakes in this movie. They keep also upping, you know, the choreography, the stunt work, the fight scenes, and also even the cinematography always seems to be updating with each action scene. Like, for example, like, without spoiling the movie, but there is a scene where you see John Wick going up a bunch of stairs, and it starts to pan up, sort of like an overview of the actual level, and it's like a one-shot take, and you're actually like seeing John Wick just sort of clearing out every individual room, and it was just such a unique way of seeing an action scene like that, and it just works so well. Also, we get the villain in this movie as well, Bill Skarsgård in this movie. Now, honestly, I love his villain in this movie as well, considering that we've had other villains in the John Wick movies, but for me, this is the best one. Like, he's just that cocky and arrogant type of person that you just really want to see get, you know, his comeuppance in the movie. And Bill Skarsgård plays that to perfection as well. You know, just that, you know, like that rich snob who's part of the high table, who really wants to kill John Wick, but he's also not wanting to really get his hands dirty. He'd rather get other people to do it for him, or like he just finds the easiest ways to just get his point across as well by just, you know, proving a point. And honestly, seeing Bill Skarsgård in this movie, again, like, he's another actor who I can actually see fitting into the John Wick universe. Now, I gotta tell you, like, with the action sequences that have been really improved on, like, I mean, we're at the 4th movie now, and with the cinematography in this, here are the negatives that I'm gonna have to say about this movie. Honestly, I can't think of any negatives. Like, honestly, I just absolutely enjoyed this movie. Now, sure, there will be some things questioning, like, oh god, how did John Wick survive that? Or how did he, you know, like, get up from that? But in all honesty, it's just an action movie. And when you're watching it, it's like, those type of thoughts are just away. Like, you're just there to see the fight scenes, the gun scenes, the choreography, the cinematography of the movie. Like, you just really want to sit down and just watch it and just draw a blank. Like, even if there's flaws in it, even if there's something that's gonna bother you later on, like, it doesn't matter, because that's just what this movie is all about, and especially as well the other John Wick movies. They're just straight up action movies. Now, also, just to keep in mind too, guys, this is the longest John Wick movie in the entire franchise. It clocks in at about 2 hours and 40 minutes, but hey, like, it's one of those movies that I feel like do deserve those 2 hours and 40 minutes. Like, I mean, it's like, you know, Lord of the Rings extended cuts, you know, they deserve those hours. Or the Zack Snyder Justice League, they deserve those multiple hours. And John Wick, in this case, I feel like it does deserve those 2 hours and 40 minutes when you're sitting in there, because especially as well, it's a movie that you're not going to get bored of. Now, overall with this movie, I do love seeing Keanu Reeves reprising his role as John Wick. I do love the other additional characters involved in this movie, like Kane and the Tracker. The cinematography is just always amazing and on point. The action scenes, the, you know, gunplay, the car scenes, everything. You just absolutely love this movie as well. Probably my favorite standout fight scene as well is the scene in the roundabout in France, where a bunch of cars just almost close to killing a lot of people. But overall, with this movie, I have to say that this is a movie that you need to see in the cinemas, and it's a movie I'm going to be owning on Blu-ray. But what do you guys think of John Wick Chapter 4? Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You can follow my socials up here as well. And as always, as I say at the end of these videos, give me some goddamn M&Ms.
Miss Hoover, the movie's over.
Down in front.